Hey guys, what's up? And welcome. I had to look over because I was like, is my mic working? Guys, I have filmed so many intros without my mic working and it makes me violent whenever I go to edit. And I filmed the whole video with no sound. So if you see me peeping over, I also peep at the screen to make sure I'm in focus because it's so annoying whenever I'm talking. I'm out of focus and it's very distracting for you guys. So just notice why I'm peeking over at the viewfinder. I'm not checking out myself. I know what I look like and some days it is rough. Okay, that was a weird intro. Let me start over. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face of makeup that is underrated to me. First of all, so much makeup comes out, like it's absolutely unreal and it's absolutely impossible to even try to even kind of keep up with it. I can't even keep up with it and it's my job. But I have come across quite a few products that just are really good, but they just don't get talked about a lot on YouTube. Now, you guys may have heard a YouTuber talk about this. You may have seen these products before, but they're not hyped up. You don't hear people running out to get them. You don't see the craze about it like you do about a Huda or a Fenty, Morphe even. You just don't get the craze, but I think the products are just as good as some of those brands' products. So I want to talk about them and not only talk about them, I know you guys like whenever I try it on my face as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting it on my face as we go and we'll talk about like why I picked this product and why it's not talked about and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's my video idea for today. I normally try to pre-film 2 or 3 videos in one sitting, but lately I've just been filming 1 video a day. So I've literally been filming a video a day for like weeks and I'm like, I'm actually pre-filming right now because I'm going on vacation, baby. French trip, toot. That's all the announcements I have. Not that that was an announcement, but that's all I got for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the video. I'm gonna sing the subscribe song.
Subscribe to my channel before you leave. Subscribe. Love you, LAURALEE.
Now we can go ahead and jump right into the video. You're sick. Don't record me this close, man. All right, let's start off with primer and talk about some primers that are just absolutely underrated, not over. So I have 2. One, I believe I mentioned this in my Best of Beauty of 2017. What year is it? 2030? I don't know. Catrice. This is a really nice pore refining and anti-shine primer. And I really like this because I think it's somewhat moisturizing and it doesn't have that silicone feel to it. So it's an interesting little primer. And I think Catrice is pretty affordable at the drugstore. And then Elsie is a really great brand. No, I talked about this in my products that Beauty Gurus created. This is a really great Pearl Radiance primer. I don't see it talked about a ton. I don't really see it talked about almost at all, but this is awesome. Awesome. I really think that this one does a good job of helping with the pores just a little bit, just like a little blur factor in it. So I go ahead and press that into my skin. I don't know if it's in my head or not, but I just feel like whenever I press makeup into my skin, it like pushes it into the pores and like putties the pores so you can't see them and my skin will look flawless. Okay, for a foundation, this is a new one for me to recently be loving and it took me forever to test it out because I am just as much of a bandwagoner. If I hear people raving about something, I'm like, girl, hallelujah, let me test it out. You know, this one I just haven't heard much about. I know people have talked about it before, but again, it's just not hyped up. It's underrated. So it's the Kooky Skin Perfect HD Foundation. It reminds me a little bit of the Makeup Forever foundation, the HD one. Shade is a little bit light for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there, but we're gonna use it anyways because it's the only shade of it that I got. I have a clean Y6 for once in my life. It's not filthy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just rub this on the skin in the messiest way possible. Do as I say, not as I do. Why am I being like I'm finger painting today? I don't know. So I'm just gonna blend this in. So this foundation has a bit of a lighter coverage to it, but you can definitely build up the coverage to it, which I like a lot. I like buildable foundations because I feel like with buildable foundations, you get options. It's not completely matte. I will say this about it. It's not like the world's longest wearing foundation, so be careful with that and be sure and set it if you do get it and wear it. For concealer, now this is a very popular brand, but this brand setting powder is the Hot Poppin'-ish, but the actual concealer is never talked about, especially this one in the pot. This is Secret Concealer for the under eyes in 3.7. Comes in this little pot by Laura Mercier, and like I said, You guys know the tea on the setting powder. It's like the best ever, but actually this concealer to me is like seriously one of the best at, honey, it would cover a tattoo, I believe. It does feel a little bit heavy, but the coverage of it is just unreal and I really like it. So with this, I'm just actually gonna apply it with my finger. You can prime your eyelids with it too. It's just a really great product. I know makeup artists use it, but as far as like the beauty guru world and YouTubers, you just don't see it raved about or talked about or used consistently. It's all about NARS, which I'm guilty of, and Tarte Shape Tape or the Kylie or the ColourPop. This is like insane coverage, and just a tiny bit goes such a long way, which is why it's in such a little nugget jar. So for powder, I really like this brand. I think it's gonna be up and coming. This is the Frankie Rose powder in Porcelain, which is a lighter shade, which you can dust lightly. Oop, look at that. You can dust lightly all over your face and it makes a nice setting powder, has a lot of pigment to it. And this is a powder that does not flash back. So of course, what's not to love about that? You get a lot of powder off. Like if you tap it, like so much comes off. So you can set the under eyes with this. I'm actually gonna lightly set my whole face with it. And it has like this cream shade to it, but if you can see, it's kind of translucent on the skin, so it works really nicely. I'm using an E3 brush to set my face in case you're wondering. Okay, next product I've definitely talked about on my channel is the Makeup Geek bronzers. Makeup Geek used to be like everything under the sun. It still might be, but I just don't see these talked about like ever, so I definitely wanted to show them some love. I mixed Tawny and Sunkissed together. It's a medium and a fair bronzer. So this one's more fair, but I need just a little bit of depth to it, but this one's just a little bit too dark. They're really beautiful bronzers. I love the texture of them and they don't get patchy at all. But like I said, I'm kind of in between shade ranges, so that might be why people feel the way they like don't talk about as much, because they can't get the right shade, which happens sometimes. Use an R14 brush and go ahead and bronze up my skin with these. I actually travel with these and use these all the time. So good. Okay, dokie for, oh, blush. Actually, I have a Morphe product. So the brand is overhyped. I get that. I understand that. But I feel like this product, the bang for your buck that you get, that this just isn't talked about enough. All the 35Os, like all 15 versions of that, and all of the different eyeshadow palettes that come out are just talked about to death, and their brushes, I'm guilty of it myself. But as far as this blush palette, this is one of the most beautiful blush palettes I've ever seen, and the quality is amazing. This is the 9N, and you get like every beautiful blush you could ever want in this palette, shimmer and matte. And the price is unreal. I just don't understand why this isn't talked about just as much as the eyeshadow palettes, but it's not. So I typically use this one right here, and sometimes I mix in the middle. This is like a gold reflective to it, so it's very pretty. You guys are like, girl, if you don't shut up talking about Morphe, I know. Okay, I just wanted to say that this palette is really gorgeous. No one mentions it. I mean, it's been mentioned before. Like I said, it's not like no one's ever talked about it in their life on YouTube, but it just needs more love, okay? Highlighters. I have a highlighter that it's so pretty. I get stuck in a rut with highlighters. Like I'll find one that I love and then I'll just use it for like a month straight. Time to show some love to this one. This is Moondust. Oops, boop, boop, boop. This is Moondust highlighter from Ciate, and girl, the pigmentation that comes off these, like you have to go in with such a light hand because they're insane. I'm guilty of not talking about them. I don't know why I haven't talked about them or even used them more, knowing that I love them. It's because I get, like I said, I get stuck in a rut, but they're really pretty, and I think everyone should try them out. They're so beautiful, so underrated. Okay, for eyeshadow, I have two different things to talk to you guys about. First are these new Color Rain mini palettes. I thought these were gonna be like the most reviewed thing ever because the Queen of Hearts palettes was like the best palette ever. Like, oh my God, I like wanted to eat the palette. It was so great. But these just really weren't talked about that much, and I was like, why not? I will say I don't die for the packaging. I think it's cute how they all match and like are all different colors. I think that's cute, but these weird flower things are a little strange to me. That's a personal opinion. I'm not trying to reflect that on you and make you feel like you hate the packaging, but I just don't like it. It looks outer spacey. Underwater and outer space had a baby? I don't know. Once you open them up, let me show ya. Let me prove to ya. You like the color scheme of that one. That's the smoky one. This is the Lovelies. Lovelies? I don't know how to read, you guys know that. Friggin' idiot. And this one is the Rust, Beauty Rust. I use this one actually a lot. I love this one. And this one is Very Cute. See what they did there? This one I haven't used a lot, but it's very cute. Really quickly, I wanted to mention these cream eyeshadows. These are from Ciate. These are really cool. These are POSTMATES. They are like metal eyeshadows. I'll show you some swatches so you believe me. You see that? Now are you shooky wookie? Are you shooky wookie? When you see that, do you shake? They ain't raved about, okay? I always try and keep the plastic on eyeshadow palette mirrors the long as I possibly can. So that way whenever I travel with the eyeshadow palettes, whenever I pop off the plastic, whenever I get to where I'm going, I have a fresh, clean mirror with no makeup on it, because normally whenever I travel, I end up using the mirror that's in the palette. So it's like I'm savoring the mirror for whenever I'm in a traveling time and need a fresh, clean mirror. Do you get what I'm saying? I know that that's a little bit of a strange thing, but that's just like something, a little quirk that I do. I also, in like compacts, like this one from Frankie Rose, that has like a second compartment. I'll put like rubber bands and bobby pins in there. And that way, whenever you're carrying your powder out and about to an event to touch up with, you'll also have a little rubber band and bobby pins, or even a Q-tip if it'll fit in your powder compact. It's the E27 soft little brush. I'm just kind of buffing this shade around, and really it just sets the eyeshadow primer that's already down. From the Berry palette, I'm gonna take this peachy shade. I'm gonna take a R39, which is a little bit of a smaller blender, so we can be a wee bit more precise with this color. And I'm gonna, oh my God, I didn't know it was gonna explode, okay? So we'll just blend that out for like 10 minutes until it's not looking crazy. My forehead keeps on, I don't know if you guys see the little bumps. They're like tiny little bumps, and it keeps on breaking out, but it's like just little bumps, and they're annoying, and they don't do anything. They just sit there and piss me off. I don't know what to do about them. If you guys have some great suggestions for these little bumps, I probably just need to get a retinol and get over it and just dry out my skin for just a little bit and get rid of them. I'm gonna take Recharge on the same brush, and I'm just gonna deepen that crease a little bit more with this color. These colors have like insane amounts of pigment, so I suggest if you get them and you are using them to use the lightest hand that you have to work with. Like, girl, do not get crazy. I'm gonna take this shimmery purple, and I'm gonna pop it into the crease. I'm gonna take a Dusk and an E36 pencil brush and just really define the crease. Just deepening it up a bit more. I'm gonna take an M421, which is, as you guys know, my favorite brush to cut the crease with. And I'm going to cut my crease using a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna keep this lighter shade and put it on the lid. I don't know why I'm saying I'm gonna keep the shade, because I'm crazy and I can't get it together. Would you guys really love my channel if I had it all together though? I mean, be honest. Newcomers, I'm like, oh baby, you're in for a long, wild ride. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this on. If you guys can see how pigmented and pretty these palettes are. I'm actually gonna take some of this Urban Decay glitter, which is probably the most talked about glitter on the market, and I'm sorry that I'm using it in this video. I just want to be creative. And I'm going to like line the actual cut crease. Like that in Mix It Pop. Now I want to attempt to do a glitter liner with Glam Rock eyeliner. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Kiss Berry. Then I'll add some Recharge and then a little bit of Dusk. I'm gonna apply an eyeliner that may or may not be coming soon. As far as lip products go, there are a lot that aren't talked about, but this one isn't talked about that much, if ever, and I think it's like the best. These are the NARS. These are like liquid lip stains. I forget what they call them. They call them lip pigments. So much pigment. It's unreal, but they're really not talked about that much. I mean, I haven't seen reviews and things on them. So I'm going to be using the shade Get It On. Incredible amount of pigment. They smell good. And they're really comfortable. Seriously, with these, like, you barely have to use any and you get like extreme pigmentation. So they're fabulous. Check them out. That is it for this look. I think it turned out really cool. What do you guys think? And really beautiful with products that just really don't get that much love. And I wanted to do a little bit of a creative look, so I did throw in the glitter. I hope you guys don't mind that, although the glitter is talked about a lot. But I do love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and watching, and I do hope to see you all in my next video. Be sure and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And I hope you learned about some products. I mean, some of you, like I said, may have heard of these products, but they ain't hyped up. Thank you for being here and watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Just so you guys know what level of crazy I'm on, I just closed out my video with no eyebrows on because I forgot to do my eyebrows. That just shows you that I'm crazy and that I got 10 million things going on in my head. Oh my Jesus, help me, Lord Jesus in heaven. Okay, well, she has eyebrows on now. This is what I look like. I love you guys.